Hello there, and welcome Star Wars fans to another weekly episode. As you all know, the mighty Ewan McGregor is returning as Obi-Wan Kenobi for the first time in 16 years. There is no doubt that this is the most anticipated Star Wars creation from Disney since The Force Awakens was announced back in 2013. The release of the Kenobi series in itself is enough, however there are certain things I would personally love to see. So hopefully you enjoy my hopes and thoughts of what we might see, and be sure to let me know what you think in the comments below. So starting off, we already know the mighty Anakin Skywalker, played by Hayden Christensen, will be returning to play the role of Darth Vader. However, alongside of this character's mighty return, I would also hope to see Qui Gon, Master Yoda and Mace Windu. Now I know what you're thinking, 2 out of those 3 are dead on the current timeline, but let me explain. So starting off, Grand Master Yoda is seen in the end of the Revenge of the Sith. He is having survived Order 66 with Master Kenobi, and during this end scene we see Yoda tell Obi-Wan to leave and watch over Luke and Leia. However, I always thought, how could Yoda have just left Obi-Wan alone with no guidance to never be in contact again? After all, he was the head of the Jedi Order. He is responsible for all those underneath him, Padawans and Masters alike. We also saw in Revenge of the Sith Yoda telling Kenobi that his old master Qui Gon has returned from the netherworld of the Force. As much as I would like to see Yoda and Kenobi training together in the ways of the Force, I don't believe we will see that. However, I think we may get to see Yoda training Obi-Wan through the Force while not in each other's presence. This then brings me on to Master Qui Gon Jinn. After Yoda having taught Obi-Wan to communicate with his old master through the Force, I really hope we get to see Kenobi speaking with his old master, and I hope this would involve the actor Liam Neeson, who played Qui Gon Jinn in the prequels, returning to fulfill that role. That would no doubt fill all the Star Wars fans with pure joy and nostalgia. After all, Qui-Gon's appearance was relatively short in the films, but his character left an everlasting effect throughout all the film storylines. And I know the one you're really scratching your head about, Mace Windu. How could he possibly return? Anakin cut off his arm and Darth Sidious electrocuted him out the window. Well, I know, but in most films there's an unwritten rule. If there's no body to be seen, then are they really dead? More than likely in this case, yes, he is. However, it does leave the door open for him to possibly make a return. After all, this is Star Wars, and the Force is a mysterious and peculiar thing. Now, my theory is Mace Windu used lightsaber Form 7. Now, if you don't know, Form 7 was directly created by Windu himself, also known as the Pod. It was the 7th form of lightsaber combat. It was considered the most aggressive and unpredictable form. Mace Windu was a notable practitioner of Form 7, and he was the only lone master of the form in the Jedi Order that had not fallen to the dark side of the Force. This form channeled the dark side from a Sith or dark side user, which in return made Mace stronger. So in theory, the stronger his opponent, the stronger Mace was. This is how he beat Darth Sidious. This form also allowed him to directly channel the dark side, which I believe he could have used to keep himself alive. So yes, it is a stretch, but in theory, it could happen. How we could see his return, I couldn't say. But I know for sure we would all love to see that happen. Let me know in the comments how you think he could return. I would love to hear your thoughts. Now, I do believe getting all 3 of these is nearly impossible, but I am very hopeful that we see at least one of the above as a surprise. I think if Disney does not take the opportunity for these to happen, fans would be disappointed. I know I would. On another side note, I would personally love to see Kenobi using his lightsaber. I know he is hiding from the Galactic Empire, so using his saber will be limited to only a few occasions when only absolutely necessary. But with the return of Hayden playing Vader, I would love to see maybe another duel between the two, a former master and apprentice, or even just a conversation between the two using the Force. I also think we will see Kenobi suffering from the aftermath of Order 66 and all that he loved fall apart. And last but not least, unless you've been living in a cave for the last few years, you will know that Darth Maul didn't die in The Phantom Menace. Maul did in fact survive, as seen in Star Wars Rebels and Solo movie. We know from Rebels that Obi-Wan and Maul duel it out to the Fates, so I would love to see this recreated during the timeline of the Kenobi series. So yes, my expectations are very high. but given this fantastic opportunity to see this huge gap in the timeline with one of the franchise's most beloved characters, I think there's a lot to be expected, and rightly so. I for one cannot wait, and I'm very excited to say the least. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you would like to see in the Kenobi series, and if you agree or disagree with my thoughts. Until next time, I will see you then. May the Force be with you.